Hello, hi. I'm so glad that you reached out to help you cast a spell. We'll work together, and in this we're a trio, and also you and your kid are creating your own separate trio as you get ready for the rough and tumble university application and admission process. This is exactly what my witchcraft is made for. I am a parent of 2 kids that are university bound. We're in that discovery, exciting process with you. You're not alone. Thank you for booking with me. I'm glad we could do this via video. I've got some great spell elements to show you, and we will get into this very relaxing session now. And the things that you need to keep in mind is just a little tiny bit of housekeeping. Stay hydrated, grab something lovely to drink, grab several lovely things to drink. I am a bridesmaid, and I just threw a bridal shower. I'm with folks that some of them I grew up with. One of them is my babysitter, and we were cracking up because I served, I think, 4 different drinks. I love a variety of drinks, so if you can get yourself a warm beverage, a cold beverage, and room temperature water, I think working with the power of 3 in trios is going to be a really perfect theme for us today. Mama, you're familiar with witchcraft, and maybe your kid knows it in their bones because you practice. And maybe this is their first time visiting a witch, maybe not ever sat with a witch before. So I will tell you, my name is Angela Mary Magick, and I'm your mama witch. And I would love to invite you into this moment where we work in perfect love and perfect trust together. And we do that by alerting our spirit guides of our presence. And I do that very specifically. You can join me by lighting a candle. I brought us a trio candle today, a 3-wick candle, because Mama, you have done such an amazing job with your role as the person that holds space for your own birthing experience of your kid, and holding space for them to become a person that births their own dreams. Kiddo, witchcraft is exactly what you need for college. I'm lighting this 3-wick candle because you and Mama are creating this 3rd space, the space where you no longer live together, the space where you both begin again. Find your way to your breath right now. Breathe in through your nose. Open your lips. Just exhale a little longer than you inhaled. Today we're going to, with the magic, the power, the beauty of witchcraft, build that 3rd space today where Mama, you are you, and kiddo, you are you. And this 3rd space is the new way that you are together. Just continue to relax. I will absolutely work on time today, and I will be working in magic numbers, and at the end of the video you'll be able to see the exact question that was asked. I absolutely am having a blast taking requests. I'm so thrilled that you booked this appointment with me, and I'm so happy that everyone that's gathering with us all over the world has the benefit of the question that you were able to ask. As we have alerted our spirit guides of our presence, we are making a bold and simple statement that we exist. We are here. We're open. We're listening. And we are ready to receive the messages that are meant for us. So if something pings for you, it's meant for you. Everything else goes into the exhale. Everything else goes where it's supposed to go. And we will be creating our spell, this third space spell for college admission and college transition for all parties involved. It's so relevant to me that this is going on, Mama, not just because I was raised with you. We grew up together. There's such a relatability to both of us opening up our hearts and creating that bigger space for our kiddos to fledge, to fly out of our nest and to seek their dreams and create their nests. I moved many times before I moved into this house where I raised my kids. This is a basket of spell elements, and we also have my little tiny cauldron. I've had this cauldron since I think about 5 years before I had my kids. It has seen it all. Kiddo, if you're planning on heading out, anything that's cast iron, if you won't be living with Mama anymore, anything that's cast iron doubles as a fabulous cauldron. I love a Dutch oven. You can cook with it. You can cast spells with it. It can contain so many things relevant to your university years, and they are absolutely indestructible. And I love a little tiny cauldron. You can hang it up on a hook. You can hold it in your hand, and they tuck away really nicely. Personally, go to the thrift store, kiddo, and get yourself a Dutch oven. You know, it's a cast iron pot that has a strong lid. You can throw it on a camping bonfire. It'll get sooty, and you'll have to scrub the outside of it, but it will absolutely be indestructible. You cannot ruin them. There's fancy ones that are enamel, the Le Creuset of it all. You don't have to go that far. I didn't get Le Creuset till I started thrifting for it, and I've still yet to purchase one straight out of the box, full retail. Very bratty. I love a discount, and in these college years, you're going to need to get stuff on discount. With casting spells, we first want to clear the air, anoint our bodies and our minds, cleanse the energy of our space to purify our own intentions, and then we'll set our intention, and then we'll get into the spell work. Things that are wonderful for clearing the air are bells. Make your body comfortable. Keep returning to your breath. In this session, drink your warm beverage, your cold beverage, and your room temperature water. Throughout this whole session, be comfortable. Why don't you hit up in the comments your dream schools? Let's just get it out of the way, all right? Get it right out of the way. I've got one kid with a dream school and another kid that keeps changing their mind. Both my kids have been in a pretty academic program at their school. And, oh, this is pretty. Look at that beautiful, lovely mandala. Isn't that gorgeous all the way around? And with this academic program that my kids are in, there is a lot of toxic parental involvement. There, I said it. So right now we're going to start by clearing the toxic parental involvement with the college application process. Doesn't that seem like the most healthy place to start? If your spell doesn't have a sense of humor, I don't know. Removing toxic parental involvement is essential in the process of applying for college and transitioning for parents and kids. Beautiful. It has been brought to my attention that there's a group of folks that get together and hate watch my content, and nothing makes me happier than knowing that. I have some fabulous information because I know how scary it is to be called in by a witch. Witches are amazing because we connect with energy. And when energy doesn't belong to us, we send it back. So in casting spells and setting my intention, I am sending energy back that doesn't belong in this space. That is some essential witchcraft. And I hope you take that with you to college, kiddo. And I hope that by removing the toxic parental involvement in the college application process, that it made you smile and laugh and feel the sharpness of your tongue and your wit and your claws in sending that energy back to them. It doesn't belong to you, kiddo. And mama, goodness knows it does not belong to you either. All right. I have the chills. I just feel so much freer right now, setting us free. So let's anoint our body now. Anointing is so personal. So I have some recommendations for you and an invitation for you. My recommendation is together decide on a signature flower essence and oil that the two of you choose for this moment, this process, that each of you have your own vial of that comes from the same vial. And kiddo, when you head out to college, you take your vial with you with the same anointing oil. And mama, you do that as well. And your brain will connect you to that third space we're creating right now, between the way your life is now together in the same nest and the way your life is evolving separately in different nests. Your brain, every time you breathe in this flower essence and this plant essence and this anointing oil, it will connect you in that third space in a purified and healthy way with the highest and greatest good, with your best intentions for each other. My invitation is for you to go together and select a flower essence that you both enjoy. Kiddo, you're grown now. You are ready for this. And mama, you created that space where they're ready for this. Both of you are so ready for this next space. And this aroma, this will shift your brain chemistry and your body chemistry in such a healthful way. So I am using the essence that my sweetie and I purchased for our wedding anniversary that we just had on St. Patty's Day. Oh, and by the way, I heard about St. Fratty's Day at certain universities. Oh, that's a nice sound. Part of the spell that we're casting today is for the truth to be known and seen in this process that you're in with applying to colleges and doing it with energy work and magic and witchcraft. So be safe on St. Fratty's Day. This is a flower essence that draws me right back to my wedding anniversary, which was an unbelievable turning point for my sweetie and I. So I advise you to place the oil on your wrist, and from that, apply it to your neck. Do you hear that wind? Oh, wow. It's a windy day here in California. And apply it to your throat. And your palms. And your third eye. Because we're summoning that extra sight and inner knowing right now. It smells so amazing. This bundle of dried wheat is magnificently important for so many reasons. It signifies the simplicity and sustainability of how we nurture ourselves with or without our immediate family circle. It allows us to call BS on how utterly ridiculous and expensive the university education system is. These are gorgeous up close. Aren't they beautiful? And just to keep our sense of humor about what it looks like to move on in life. You know, whether you're paying for college or your folks are paying for college, this new shift very, very likely is going to find you maybe having the starving student lifestyle. That can be a blast. It can be painful. There is a huge array of how we are affected by moving out into the world and creating our own finances. Very likely you'll have some sort of a budget, and very likely you'll have some sort of an awareness of how much your tuition and books and room and board cost. I really recommend, along with your little cast iron cauldron, have a couple of sprigs of dried wheat around. This makes a beautiful little altar. You'll have your anointing oil that you picked out with Mama, which is amazing, and you'll be able to return to this when the going gets tough. You can just put a little drop of your anointing oil on your wrist. You can place in wooden matches from lighting a candle. You can just sort of close your eyes before you take a test and listen carefully to the wheat. We are now going to set our intention. And as we set our intention, we will light our ritual candle to cast our spell. We will introduce some more spell elements that enliven our spell, that give it energy and fuel to burn bright. You're setting your intention you're stating out loud who you are right now, what your needs are, what's happening in your life right now, and keeping it as simple as possible and being very, very clear with what your dreams are. Going into this spell, it's my intention to be an excellent steward for magic, to be an intentional vessel for magic, to uphold ethical magic, to create sustainable patterns of energy and sustainable usage of my body, and recognize that we are threading ideas together that link and grow in the mycelium, in the great, grand shared web of life. And in super specificity, I'm here for you, kiddo, and I'm here for you, mama, as you go through this transition, trying to keep it together, waiting to hear back from the colleges that you have applied to, and waiting to decide the colleges you're going to, and then do that ultimate intense thing, which is to open up your hearts, say au revoir to one another so long, to go and create new connections apart from each other, to make the connection that you two have together larger, to make a larger space, a bigger nest, this third space that both of you keep alive. So feel free to state in comments below what your intention is in this moment. Now we'll light our candle. I chose a ritual candle that's blue and a vessel that's green. Green is for our body and our abundance, our home, our heart. Blue is for speaking the truth, opening up what we know is in our heart to flow out into the world. It's the color of relating to your ancestors. It's the color of the mysteries of the universe. It's your connection with water, which is your emotion. I think it's a really important time for you to move out into the wild blue yonder, kiddo. And you too, mama. I don't know. I think I might just have one match left. Yep. I'm on the edge of my seat, finding out if, number one, this will light, and number two, where are you going to school, kiddo? Let me know. See, I put my little matches in our cauldron. Let's just see if this vessel wants to contain our little bowl. Isn't that adorable? Inside, I've got a Pyrite Sun. Look at how beautiful that is up close. Isn't that nice? And the backside is a mirror. Pyrite is also known as fool's gold. This is an important time for you to develop the ability to filter out things that are not in alignment with the truth in your life, both of you. I have a feeling that offloading toxic parental influences around in the neighborhood, at the school, and just in general in life, maybe it's relatives, who knows, but honestly, I think that did a lot for your relationship. And now it's time, mama, for you to add to this bundle, this kit, some pyrite for you and kiddo. Kiddo, it's time for you to have some pyrite on a little college dorm altar, okay? Do that for me, because it's really important that you're able to recognize things that are really working for you, or things that are about outside influences that you don't agree with. I know a lot of times at universities there's secret societies. That's all I'm going to say about them. We'll call them secret societies. And sometimes they have some old rituals that can look like hazing. They've got old rituals that might make people think that it's a good idea to dress as another culture, as a joke, or to put on blackface. Well, your pyrite is going to be an excellent mirror for you to recognize when you can call it in and call it out, that even if you have these secret society vibes around you, that number one, we're not participating with that. And number two, we're making some phone calls because that's harmful behavior. There's all kinds of anonymous ways that you can report those types of toxicity that, by the way, very likely those toxic parents that involved themselves in ways that are very likely unethical and unsustainable in their child even getting into these universities, they're also learning from them. Maybe things like cultural appropriation. And at the very least, some unconscious bias, if not straight up racism. And we're not doing that at college, are we? We're not going away to university to grow stupidity. We're there to get smarter. Pyrite is going to help you call BS on systems of oppression, because your mama did not raise you to go out into the world and be silent or silenced when you see things that folks that don't have your privilege are upholding. So with your privilege, you will do things that grow justice, that grow truth, that grow your ethics. It's going to be so exciting. I love Gen Z. All right, this is a big spell element for us. I'm going to dip back into our basket of tricks now. And we will create a cord cutting ceremony together, y'all. And I prefer to use natural elements always in my spells. I love this little millet sprig. It's a little millet blossom sprig. And I'd like you to show yourself who you are in this moment. So, Mama, you go first, and you don't have to say it out loud. I'll show you my ritual scissors up close. Appropriately, these are collaged onto my Moon Baby Magic Tarot 3 of Blades. And the key word is suffer. You're both going to be going through it in this change sometimes. Nobody can be at St. Fratty's Day every day. There'll be all kinds of things to get through. Mama, same for you. There'll be times where you ache and burn and hurt. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at our own toxicity right now as part of this core spell. And we'll be placing the remnants of what we are cutting into our cauldron in just a moment. Mama, what is a way that you show up in your relationship with your kiddo that both of you can do without? But let's just start with you. What are you willing to let go of that you see them cringe over, that you know isn't working and it's just automatic and you can't really help yourself, but you're doing anyways? Let's go and give it a snip, shall we? kiddo, it's your turn. What do you do that you can live without, that when you do it, you know you're hurting your mom? Even though she kind of grins and bears it or blows it off, you know that you can live without doing that. Let's snip away and let that go now. Now it's time to use our ritual candle and very safely light it on fire. That's one of the funnest things about witchcraft, is cord cutting rituals where we get to burn down what we released from us with our ritual candle. Beautiful. You can use those wooden matchsticks as a bit of kindling. And just let it go. Usually 2 matchsticks and just a little natural element like that isn't enough to make your cauldron heat up. So I'm really safely holding it beneath right now. And then we can utilize the smoke to cleanse and smolder in this area. We still got a little bit of a flame in there. Just a little. I think it feels to me like this is new for the two of you, to work together in ritual in this way, in true intentional witchcraft. I know you've had a really close, gorgeous bond. And I can feel your sense of humor working together in this moment. It's beautiful. Let's continue to clear the air with a feather that you've collected. That's another thing that needs to go into your college little mini witchcraft kit that will travel with you to your dorm or your apartment. And it's just a little found feather. I found this by the Kern River on a road trip last year in autumn, and I just love it. It's such a pretty little chicken feather, isn't it? But go look for a feather. When you find the right feather, each of you need your own feather for this third place you're creating together. And let's clear the air. Let's see if we can get a nice little sound from this feather. Oh, that kicked up the wind outside. I love it. We're clearing the air. We're opening up the space and clearing the air. I've got a few tarot cards for you. This is my Moon Baby Magic Tarot. I am an artist and I created this magic. I have a way of divining with the moon phases, color, and keywords. And I pulled a card from each moon phase, and it has really specific prompts to it, okay? So I want you to relax and enjoy this reading of 8 cards, and this is specific to you casting your spell to decide which college to go to and how to exist and how to be happy for each other. And also, be there for yourself when you're sad and be there for each other when you're sad, okay? The new moon is the first phase in a lunation that has 8 phases. Okay, a full lunation is 8 phases. The symbol of infinity is an 8. The first card is the 3 of lasers with the key words art spell. This is about you beginning your new life separately. And when you feel stuck and when you feel curious and when you feel adventuresome and when you know you need a new skill, just go to YouTube. Honestly, throw your words into that search and look for new skills and new ideas, especially like on my channel. You can just search up ideas. Kiddo, you're going to be needing to know how to relax and calm down when there's just way too much stimulus around. So there's lots of different search terms on my channel for different kinds of ASMR. New recipes you're going to know how to cook. Mama, there's a lot of meditations on YouTube that you can get into, especially on my channel. This is about learning new skills and reaching out independent from each other when you need those skills on YouTube. The second card is the Two of Waves, and this moon phase is the waxing crescent moon phase where you protect and nurture new ideas, new growth. And the key word here is union. I would love to see you figure out a way to commit to each other, to some way of protecting one another in this new space, something you both agree on. When do you want to connect and how do you want to connect? Figure out the new way you're going to nurture your care of one another. The next card is the moon, and this is the first quarter moon phase where we do our divinatory practices. This could look like meditation. It could look like prayer. It could look like tarot. Tarot is fabulous for the college years. The subconscious mind can also look like shadow work. It can look like rest. It can look like your night mind. It can look like the ways that you care for the quieter parts of yourself. And tarot is a fabulous way to do that work. The green field is nurturing your body. You can say a little sort of meditation, an incantation, a little prayer for what part of my body needs to be nurtured right now. And you can pull a card and see if the image on a tarot card sparks something. There's a little kitty cat on this card. Maybe you need to do some volunteering right now or foster kittens right now. Whatever makes you feed into that place where you took care of each other when you lived together all these years. What do you have in common and how can you continue that forward? That's going to be a lot of nice food for thought with this card. The next card is the Sun card, and the Sun card is the waxing gibbous moon phase where we calibrate our magic. You got to get outside every single day, y'all. There'll be a temptation for you to be in your portals, to be on your screens. Get out and make sure that in your daytime hours, you're outdoors every single day. You need the sun right now in the process of deciding what's going to be in your magic kit together, deciding where you'll end up going to college, deciding how you want to let go of your negative traits, and deciding how you want to grow forward together. Do this by being outside every day. Time for some hot girl walks, Mama, and time for you to literally play with your friends, kiddo. You need to play. The blue field is about speaking your truth, finding your way underneath that sky every day right now outdoors. The next card is for the full moon, and it's the King of Waves. The King of Waves keyword is purpose. This is about you illuminating what your beliefs are, illuminating and celebrating that you live to tell, that you made it here, that you cared enough about each other through all the ups and downs that you've gone through that are independent of how much you care about each other. You've got this love and this care and this endurance. You got through a lot together. I know you did as a family, Mama. And you too, kiddo. You were there for each other every step of the way. Now it's time for you to recognize your own individual purposes and how much stronger your bond will be when you nurture your individual purposes. You got this. That pink field is about self-care. So, kiddo, you got to drink your water. And Mama, you got to drink your water. Ritual baths, showering every day, skin brushing is fabulous self-care, but have a nice little rose quartz on your altars as well. The next card is the Ten of Blades, and this is the waning gibbous moon phase where you release expectations of yourself and others. You are going to have to learn to deal with life without each other, both of you. And you'll have to give each other big, big breaks. The key word here is disillusion. You'll have painful moments where you're not sure how to deal with each other, and you'll have to take big, hearty breaths and find a way through it, breathing deeply, meditating, playing, having a really nice time, giving one another the benefit of the doubt is essential. The next card is for the third quarter moon phase. This is the Ace of Lasers. The key word is passion. It's more of a coral, hotter pink field where you can really forgive yourself for the ways that you will fail each other. That is part of life. It's finding boundaries. This is an excellent card to remind you that you are cooking up in your cauldron your new way of understanding how to exist, right? Separate from each other. They're new boundaries. And please do this as passionately and do this as positively and optimistically as possible. This could be seen as kind of a negative looking for new boundaries, but it's exciting and it's fun, and you'll both make mistakes, and that's okay. That's how you find out what you know and what you believe. And finally, the balsamic moon, the waning crescent moon, where we cast our spells for manifestation. I give you the Knight of Blades with the keywords explore kinks. This is a sexy time. Try your hardest to not get in one another's ways for the sexy things that you would like to be exploring right now. Give each other some room. And I mean that for both of you. Look at your candle burning bright. I'm going to keep this here with me safe and sound. Know that you can get a variety of colors of candles and explore candle magic together and keep building your ritual kits. Know this, neither of you are alone. We really specifically have each other, mama and kiddo, as we literally are in families that look and act so alike. We're with you, and I'll keep this safe on my family altar now. Okay, darlings, you have so many things that you can take with you in this spell. I thank you so much for booking with me. Thank you for asking these questions, and like this video, subscribe, chat with folks. Thank you for being here for each other. This is a beautiful worldwide coven. And if you'd like to have a deeper connection with me, join me in my Witchcraft Club over on Patreon. And good luck deciding where to go to college. I believe in you. Take good care.